Angry guy here, and women don't realize feminism has robbed them of their futures. Women don't realize that feminism has robbed them of their futures. Let's just go ahead and jump into the first video.
I guess I spent so many years with the career in the beginning, which was a waste of time. I'm going to tell all young girls that I meet, it's a waste of time. And yeah, and then I guess it was just, I don't know, honestly.
Here's the thing, like, the girls don't like it when I say it, but when another girl says it, maybe it might hit home. Because I tell girls this all the time, don't piss away your top years.
I was going to say, genuinely, like, I try to tell my younger girlfriends this. Like,
they don't care.
What do they tell you when you tell them, like, yo, find a man now when you're still young and attractive, you know, get the best guy that you can, leave the casino when the chips are up?
Yeah, I just think that the feminism and woke culture is just so strong, and it's really hard to kind of change minds at this point. I don't know, even if you literally look at facts, like it's emotion just kind of overpowers.
The truth of the matter is that, and she's basically said it, that the feminism it's overpowered facts and it's replaced facts with feelings, and ultimately women can no longer go back. They can't go back to an age, back where they had to use reason, where they had to have some level of accountability, where they did not have this perception that their presence was simply enough. And so it doesn't matter what anyone says to them at this point. The brainwashing has completely taken over. They cannot change. They can, at best they can try to do the whole soft girl, era thing and try to find a rich guy to take care of them now that they're in their 30s or 40s. But it doesn't mean anything. And, it's not going to get any better.
Guys, let's talk about what happened to a woman when a woman hit the wall. When she hit the wall, that means it's game for you guys. You have a chance in. At this point, she is crying. She is desperate. She is lonely. She feel like she ain't gonna get a man. And the first man come to marry her, she's gonna jump on it because she's desperate. She wanna marry a man. She's seen younger girls coming up in the game, getting flown out. She's seen younger girls getting married that's in their early she can't sleep at night. She got kicked out of Candyland. She got a meltdown. This is because guys ain't talking to her no more. Guys ain't checking for her no more. The guy she could have pulled 3 years ago, she can't pull no more because she's getting older. And she realized her chance is slimming and it's closing. And if she want kids and the clock is ticking, she grew more desperate and desperate. And I'm telling you, once she hit that wall, guys, she is a shut up woman. Her confidence go down, and you could date any one of these girls. You could have a field day with them because their mindset is like this. Their confidence is like this. They're at the lowest they could be. That's why I say, guy, stay on the purpose. And that girl that you think is out of your league, she not out of your league. She could get you. You could get that person. Any girl you want, guys, you can get. Trust me. She might lose her looks. She might get overweight. And then you could have her. Just wait. All these girls talking all this smack on here, they're going to get old. And they will not be able to get the guy that they want. Just look at what I'm telling you guys. Stay blessed, King.
Now, here's the thing. She's saying you can get that girl. But what she doesn't seem to comprehend is that by the time you can get that girl, you no longer want her. Because, she her best years are behind her. It's at most it's recreational use only, but even at that point, why would you even be bothered? You're going to be looking towards, for women who are fit, feminine, and friendly. You're not going to want to go and try to get into a relationship with someone who is dealing with all of this trauma. And the thing is that I'll tell you right now, when women end up in this situation, what this woman is saying is interesting, but she's not completely there. Because yes, the woman will be interested in you. Yes, she'll want to have a relationship with you, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And because when a woman is at that level of desperation and her only bargaining chip is recreational use, she's not going to give it up easily. She's gonna say that you need to take her on dates. She's gonna make you wait like 3 months, sometimes 6 months, as long as she possibly. She's gonna drag it out for as long as she possibly can until you are in a committed relationship with her. They call it female dating strategies. And I learned about this from a friend. I used to have a female friend. She told me about this. They have entire Reddits that are set up, and they coach women on how to do this. And basically, she's like, they tell them, like, go and get the guy you want. Don't hook up with him for months until you're in a committed relationship with him. And in between that, go out there and hook up with Chad and Tyrone. I mean, guys, you really think that if she's having intimate relationships with Chad and Tyrone while you are dating her, she's not going to continue doing that while you are married to her? The only reason why she wants you is because now she's in a position where her options have closed in on her. All right? Because those guys, the guys that she actually loves, are not husband material. She needs a guy that could provide for her. She needs a stable guy. She needs a boring guy. Okay? Because for women, being stable is boring, because they like a flurry of emotions. They like emotional highs and emotional lows. That's what makes them happy. And when you're with a stable guy is basically going to always be there. He's always going to make sure the bills are paid. He's going to make sure the kids are taken care of. He's going to make sure that you're taken care of. He's going to be reasonable and rational. He's going to think about taking care of the family and ensuring that the family is okay. Boring. Even when they have every single thing that they could want, they'll say there's something more for them out there. There's something better for them out there. Even when they are millionaires, and they can go and buy a new car, they can buy a new purse, they can go to the spa whenever they feel like it. They get bored. Okay? And that's when the relationship begins to break down, and that's when they basically jump ship. If you look at what happened with Tia or Tamara, I don't remember. I know who it is. They're the same person, sister. She was married. She decided that she didn't want to be married anymore. And where did she go? She returned to the streets, and now she's on the streets. And she's saying that it's hard to date in her 40s. But guess what? That's what you chose. And she said that her husband was a great guy, but she was bored in her marriage, and now she's lonely. And someone said that she's famous, so she'll probably find someone else. But a lot of women won't have that choice. They won't have that choice. Because as men get older, we look better. But as women get older, their fertility declines. And with that decline of their fertility, it makes it harder to find a man that wants to be in a relationship. And they don't take these things into consideration. They don't look at these things from reason. They follow feelings and not facts.
For the woman when she hits a certain age. We're talking about women who've kind of had this high life and then they've stopped getting offers because maybe now she's hit like 38, 40. And then it's almost like they've kind of gone into this dark hole now. It's so toxic. It's like horrible.
Well, here's the thing. Most men don't feel sorry for those women, and I'll tell you why. The reason men don't feel sorry for them is because the experience that she begins to go through when she's older is the experience 90% of men go through every single day. The guy who works at the post office, the guy who helped you packed your bag, the guy who delivered your Amazon parcel, the guy in your class, the guy that you worked with, most guys are invisible. It is only the high value guys that catches women's attention, the guy who's tall, attractive, in shape, successful. So when women who have had that taste of the high life, have been that desirable, gotten all the attention, everything, they then get to a point where now they're being treated how most guys are treated. Guys don't feel sorry for them. A lot of guys feel that if you wanted to have a partner, have a family, and settle down, you get to that point in life and you haven't done that, it's because you fucked up, because you definitely had an abundance of opportunity to do that. So it's very difficult for a lot of guys to have sympathy, because for a lot of guys it's like, this is how it's been for us since day one. And most of us don't even get to a point where we can attract a girl like you. You've been there, you've had the chance to get those guys, but because you decided to play around, maybe you didn't want it serious, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to accept what comes with the path that you choose.
I got a question, technically. Come here. And I want to know if anybody else that is overly independent finds that they do this. Now, y'all know from prior videos, I am overly independent. Yes, it is me, the standard, typical, overly independent ass black woman. Do not aspire to be me. I'm not telling you that's a good thing. Because if Mina can't get it, it won't get got. If Mina can't do it, it won't get done. I'm not asking nobody for help. The end. That is not a flex, okay? It is a trauma response and not a good one. With that being said, my overly independent black woman having ass isolates herself at my most lowest times in life. I will isolate myself and not allow anyone to have access to me, which means I will put my phone on do not disturb. I won't answer my phone. I won't answer my door. I will ignore my friends. I will ignore my family. I will isolate myself. I have always chalked this up to I don't have the energy for other people when I'm going through things like that. Now, this go round, the last 4 months of my life have literally whooped my ass. Like, when I tell y'all, whooped my ass, okay? I found myself very much isolated in these past couple weeks. And again, like normal, I chalk it up to I don't have the energy for people. Because the last 3 months have wiped me out and I don't have the energy for people. And through meditating, through just spending time with myself and just grieving, I realized that's not true. What I've been telling myself for years, that I isolate because I don't have the energy for people, is a lie. What I have found out is I isolate myself because I don't want to be a burden to other people. And I feel like when I'm going through shit in my life, you being attached to me means that I am now a burden to you. Because what I feel, you're going to feel. What I'm going through, you're going to know about it. When I vent, I'm a vent to you. I become the burden to you, and I can't have that, because that's a form of asking you for help. That means I am leaning on you to assist me when I feel as if my burden is too heavy. I am leaning on you. If I allow you to stay in my space, I'm going to lean on you, and I don't want to. And these are people that I've shown up for. They love me. They want to show up me. They want to do this, and I won't let them. And I won't let them because I cannot stand the idea that I am a burden to you.
I mean, this woman is now in her 30s or her 40s, and this is what happened after feminism. You know, this is where the independent black woman, I don't need a man, mindset ultimately leads. Where you have a lot of women who are dealing with a lot of with various varying amounts of trauma from past relationships, and aside from the fact that they've had all these other relationships with dudes, it makes it harder to pair bond and even harder to trust. And it's crazy, but this is the reality that so many women must now live with because of the choices that they've made in the past. And it's like, she's like, I have a lot of work to do, but really, how much time do you actually have? Because if you're in your late 30s or you are in your 40s right now, and you're going to spend all this time doing this work, I mean, what do you really think? Because guys, I'm 40 years old. I finally turned 40, this month, and in 2029, I'll be 46 years old. And it's interesting. I'll be 46 in 2029. I was born in 1983, and come 2029, hear me out. Come 2029, 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single. So that means that women who are my age and older, they're not even being counted anymore in the dating pool. They're being eliminated. All right. The people who did this study basically said that, yeah, after 44, you might as well call it quits. They could have extended it out. They said, nah, you're good, sis. You're good. 44, nah, you're good, sis. You're good. You're good, sis. Listen to me. You're good. You're good. I'm telling you, you're good. That's it. That's it. Guys, do you even realize it's 6 years? It's 6 years. How serious things are going to be? How crazy things are going to be? in 6 years. You know, I mean, think about it. Gen Z, these people were born in 1997. The Gen Z years are 1997 to 2012. 2012. So when you consider that, the oldest of Gen Z will be 33. 33 in 2029. 33. They're not young anymore. They are not young anymore. This is the reality that we are in right now. And women created this reality for themselves, but they don't want to live in the reality that they've created for themselves. And so few of them realize feminism has robbed them of their futures, and they don't pick up on this until it's too late. And there's no time left. And you know, the thing is, guys aren't crying for them, because this is the reality that men have lived with for so long. And when women should have been settling down and going out there and, you know, looking to find a good man when they were younger, when they had all of that value, they didn't. This is the reason why fathers and family members used to take a paternal role in the lives of women, and they would go out and they would find a partner or someone who would be a good match for her. Because look at the alternative. Women are struggling now to actually find someone, because, you know, when they were younger, they basically were millionaires. You know, women are born millionaires. They're born with their value, but as they get older, that value declines. While as men get older, our value increases because we have to create our own value. So we spend our lives creating value, while women spend their lives spending their value. And that's the reason why they say that, you know, women come into the world rich, they leave the world poor, while men come into the world poor and we leave the world rich. Because we're constantly building, we're constantly grinding, we're constantly building, we're constantly grinding to create value for ourselves. While women they're born with their value, so they're constantly spending and constantly spending and constantly giving away their value. And their value is declining as they get older. And they don't take this into consideration. They think that there will always be money. And it doesn't work like that. And then when they get older, you know, they want to distribute that blame to everyone else but themselves. What do you guys think regarding this? Women don't realize feminism has robbed them of their futures. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. So let's talk about them there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.